Good morning and happy Thursday, everyone. How are you today? I'm Lisa DeToffel, owner and chief cheerleader at Relationship Connections Facebook group, Relationship Connections Referral Network, and Tiger Eye Solution, an expert virtual assistant business that supports speakers, coaches, and solo professionals. Today, this is our weekly live. I come to you live every Thursday morning, usually at 10. Something came up today, so I had to push it back to 10:30. My apologies for that. But normally I do go live every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. So today we're going to be talking about confidence. Okay, the last couple of weeks we've talked about consistency, connections, and today we're going to talk about another C, confidence. Okay. But we'll jump into that in just a few minutes. I want to welcome you to the Relationship Connections Weekly Live. Also, if you are a new member to the Relationships Connections Facebook group, I would like to welcome you as a new member. Thank you for joining us. And if you have not yet joined the free Facebook group, head on over to Facebook. If you're watching this on another platform and you have not yet joined the big Facebook group, please go do so. It is free for all professionals to join. It's on Facebook. It's called Relationships Connections. The banner at the top will have my picture on it so that you know that you're in the right place, right? Okay. This group is a community, a networking community, okay, if you will, this Facebook group, Relationships Connections, where we get to know each other and help each other grow our businesses. I ask questions in there daily, and everybody gets the opportunity to respond. You can respond to the question, you can respond to other people's answers to the question, etc. Also, I encourage you, if you haven't already, to start scheduling some one-on-one conversations, coffee chats, if you will, with some of the other people in the Facebook group and get to know them on a deeper level. Because you never know who they might know. That they themselves may could use, whatever it is that you have to offer within your business, depending upon what type of business that you have. Or they may know others that they could refer to you. This community has, oh my goodness, almost 350 people in it, or even more. That's a lot of people, right? If you start connecting with all these different people, just think how many clients you might could get. Whether that particular person actually becomes your client or not, they might could refer you to somebody else. Just saying. Okay. So again, I'd like to welcome you to our weekly live. Please comment below. Tell us about yourself, especially if you're new to our group. We would love to hear from you. And tell us about you and your business, what type of business that you do have. So, also, if you have not already, would like to invite everyone to come visit the Relationship Connections Referral Network bi-monthly meetings. I believe, let me double check our next meeting because I know we just had one this week. So our next bi-monthly meeting will be on the 21st of June at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay. I invite you to come visit that meeting. Especially if you're wanting to build your networking efforts and start networking with other professionals, okay? You can do that within the Facebook group, but you can also come do that on screen. It's 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 21st of June is our next bi-monthly meeting, okay? We also have what we call gathering and trainings once a month. Usually it's toward the end of the month. So our next gathering and training will be June 28th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. I do want to let you know, unfortunately, I will not be leading that particular meeting. That is my week of vacation. I will be attending. I'm going to try to jump on for the meeting, but I will not be actually leading that meeting on the 28th because I will be on vacation with my family. Well, like I said, I am going to try to attend the meeting. But we always do have a special guest speaker coming to that meeting to speak to everyone. And kind of, teach you around what it is that they do. Guys, I cannot stress enough. These meetings are totally free. The gathering and training meetings to any professionals, you can come attend for free. Do regular networking during the beginning part of the meeting. Then the last part of the meeting is when the special guest speaker talks to us, about what they do. And we have learned so much from the different speakers that we have had come speak to us. I'm not kidding. There's so much out there. And even if you're interested in being a special guest speaker at one of our gathering and trainings, by all means, send me a DM. Let's get that scheduled, okay? So, yeah, because we're always looking for speakers for our gathering and trainings for sure. So if you'd like to get on that schedule, I'd be happy to do that. So again, come join us at our next bi-monthly meeting, which is June 21st at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. You can come visit our bi-monthly meetings twice for free because the network itself is a paid network. It's $47 a month to be a member or $525 for a year. You can head over to our website, relationshipsconnections.com. There's an application there to fill out and pay your first month of dues to become a member. You can also kind of find out a little bit more about us over there on the website, relationshipsconnections.com. Okay. And again, come visit us, check us out, see if we're a good fit for you. June 21st, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you are part of the big Facebook group, Relationship Connections, we always post a link there in the Facebook group to join those meetings. Okay. Whether it's the bi-monthly meeting or the gathering and training meeting, we always post in the Facebook group a link so you can join us. Okay. We love to have you come join us. So, those meetings are an hour long. The bi-monthly meetings are an hour long, and a gathering and trainings can be up to an hour and a half long. It just depends on how many people actually come to that meeting itself. But again, our next meeting is June 21st for the bi-monthly at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and our gathering and training is June 28th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. We would love to have you come join us. If you do have any questions about anything that I shared about the network, please send me a DM, ask you questions. I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. Or you can go check out our website, relationshipsconnections.com, or just go ahead and join the big Facebook group, Relationship Connections, because there's a lot of information shared there as well. Okay. So we'll get a drink of water and then we're going to move into our topic today. And our topic is confidence. We've talked about consistency and connections, and both of those are also important. Being a professional and building, your business and your network. Confidence is also a big piece of that, okay? Because you need to be confident in what you do and in who you are and in your business in order to help move it forward, okay? So if you examine behaviors of the world's most successful people, they network everywhere they go. Really, they network everywhere they go. From business conferences to the gym, with the person sitting next to them on a plane or, in a restaurant, wherever they are, they network everywhere they go. Because it's just common conversation, right? You go into a restaurant and you sit down, maybe you're waiting for your table or waiting for some other people to come join you. So you're sitting in the waiting area, if you will. You're going to start up a conversation with the person you're sitting next to, right? Hi, I'm John Smith. They're going to say, hi, I'm Sally Jones, whoever they are. And then you're going to start a conversation. Oh, you're from around here. What is it that you do? That type of a conversation, a get to know you type of conversation, right? It's just common nature. We do it everywhere we go. And especially successful people definitely do it because they're so used to talking about themselves and their business, right? So if you go to a restaurant or on a plane or at the gym, wherever you are in your regular day-to-day life, you can do the same, right? You meet somebody new, introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Lisa DeToffel. Do you come here often, or are you a regular member of this gym? Or are you just starting? How long have you been in the area? Ask them the common questions, right? Then you get to, well, what is it that you do? What's your job? What's your profession? Or, ever how you want to word it. And then they will tell you. And what they're going to do next. they're going to ask you the same thing. Well, what is it that you do? And you can tell them. I own a virtual assistant business, Tiger Eye Solution, and we work with speakers, coaches, and solo professionals. If they're talking to me, that's what I'm going to tell them. I have a team. There's 11 of us, including myself, that work for Tiger Eye Solution, and we offer an array of services. And then I might give some examples of a few of the services that we provide. Right? So this is how the most successful people do it. But the majority of us, the easiest form of networking is online. Right? Especially since the pandemic, a lot of people have transitioned to the online space. And guess what? It's not going nowhere. Because once those people have transitioned from the brick and mortar jobs to the online space, they figured out they like it. And that's where they want to stay. Right? So, most of us are now in the online space and networking online. But the thought of attending networking events in the real world can have an even more, the most confident person may have some self-doubt. Okay? As I like to call it, there may be some gibberish going on in their head. All those little voices in your head trying to talk you out of going to a networking event or going to a networking meeting. Right? Just because fear, all that fear creeps up, right? And starts trying to talk you out of doing it. Don't let your fear take over. Don't let all that gibberish talk you out of it. Because what are you actually doing? You may be missing out on an awesome opportunity. You never know. By attending that meeting, whether it's in person or online, you don't know who you're going to meet, right? You might meet the next Sally Jones, and she may have an amazing, successful business, and she may need some help, right? Hi, Stephanie. Thank you for joining me here today. So confidence is a big thing when you're a professional, okay? We're going to go over a few steps. I'm going to give you a few steps to kind of help you with your confidence, help build your confidence as you start to try or continue to make the most of your networking efforts, okay? And then I'm also going to tell you about something else at the end if you're interested in learning more. So here's a few steps to help you boost your confidence, okay? Break the ice, just like I said before, at a conference or at a meeting. Make the introduction, introduce yourself while you're taking your seat or while you're getting a cup of coffee or some water or whatever. And that gives you the opportunity to talk about the agenda for the day or the speakers. You can ask them, do you know about the speakers that are going to be at this meeting today? You can ask them those type of questions, or even maybe the food. If you're in line getting some food, if they are offering refreshments or something at this particular meeting, if you're in person, of course. Now, if you're online, it's going to be a little bit different. You have to bring your own refreshments and your own drinks if you're online, right? So start with the people you already know. If there is somebody there at the meeting that you already know, start talking with them first, right? And maybe ask them to introduce you to some of the other people if they know some of the other people, right? And then, even if they don't, after you have a small, few word conversation with them, then move on to the people that you don't know and introduce yourself. Okay? Ask them, have they been coming to these meetings regularly? Ask them about the network itself, whatever the network is. How does it work? Is it a good network? Have you, been able to grow your business, etc. by attending these meetings? Ask them different questions. Keep the conversation flowing. Ask for some advice, maybe to another event. Ask them if they network on a regular basis. Are there other networking events that they attend on a regular basis? Do they have recommendations of some other places that you might can go network as well? And it's also a useful way to get helpful information, right? Because if you're just starting out networking and this is your very first networking event that you're attending, then you may be looking for other places, whether it's an in-person place or an online place, right? I mean, because there are some places that are opening back up. Now, they were kind of on the other side of the pandemic. So you may want to do a little bit of research in your actual local area. Myself, I do both. I network in person and I network online. I actually live in Spartanburg, South Carolina. That's where I'm located. And in Spartanburg County, we do have a women's networking organization called Spartanburg Women in Business. Sorry. So I do attend some of their meetings when I'm available. They meet once or twice a month. Usually they do a luncheon once a month and then maybe another meeting at dinner time or something once a month. So if I'm available, I don't always get to attend both, but I at least try to attend one and go network with this group of women. I mean, we're always getting new women joining us, but also we can build those relationships with those women that we already know, right? You want them to know you on a deeper level so that they can refer other people to you, whether they may or may not need your services themselves, and that's okay. But you want them to be able to refer other people to you, right? So you want to continue to build those relationships, okay? All right. Ask the person next to you whether they know anything about the speaker, or how does is this a organized meeting? What's the organization? What's the flow or whatever of the meeting itself? And once you've started chatting, you're building rapport by asking for those tips on common interests, right? Just like what I talked about at the restaurant, right? And you may ask them about restaurants in the area. If you're visiting that area or you're new to that area, even if you're online and you happen to connect with someone that is actually from the same area that you're in, then y'all can have that more personable conversation. Say, oh, I just moved to this area. Can you recommend some great restaurants? Right? People often find it very flattering to be asked their opinion on something. Okay? Whether it's that conversation where you're asking about restaurants or you're asking about the meeting itself. They want to give you those answers. Okay? All right. Next tip. That was tip number 2. So we've covered 2 of the tips so far. Tip number 3. Come away with meaningful contacts. Okay? Attending networking events are great for practicing your social skills, but if you really want them to benefit you, you need to act afterwards as well. Okay? Just going to that meeting does not guarantee you more business. It really doesn't. And especially if that's the first time you've ever attended that meeting. If you really liked that particular networking organization, then you need to investigate maybe joining it, so that you can get to know all the other members that are part of that organization on a deeper level, and y'all can start referring people back and forth to each other, right? But if you're just starting out networking, you definitely, whoever you do connect, if you connect with Sally Jones or John Smith, whomever it is that you are connecting with or having those conversations with, whether it's online or in person, it doesn't matter. Make sure you write their name down. Go look them up on LinkedIn. Connect with them afterwards. Send them a small little message on LinkedIn. I would like to connect with you and learn more about what you do. Something as simple as that, or you could say something like, oh, we met at XYZ networking meeting. I would love to schedule a coffee chat or a one-on-one conversation to learn more about what you do. Would you be open to that? It's very simple. Very, very simple, okay? Career Management and Business Specialist from Hudson Recruitment, Marina Pisano, I can't say that very well, says networking is not about what happens in the room or at the meeting, but what you do after. So follow up, follow up, follow up. This is where you convert your contacts into opportunities. And that is so true. I've been networking for quite a while now. And that is so true. You have to build the rapport and build those relationships in order to start receiving those referrals to help grow your business. Because once you get those referrals possibly could turn into clients or customers, right? For your business. And that's what you're ideally looking for, correct? We're all looking to grow our businesses. So depending upon what type of business we have, we're looking for new clients or we're looking for new customers. But you can't be salesy about it. You have to build those connections and those relationships, okay? So following these easy tips, you should be on your way to networking like a pro, okay? Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Don't let all that gibberish in your head take over or all that fear build up so high that it talks you out of it. Don't let that happen, okay? There are so many interesting, inspiring, and entrepreneurial people to meet who are keen to learn about the expertise and experience that you can offer them, right? If they don't know you, how are they going to work with you? They got to know you first, and they got to build that know, like, and trust factor, right? Before they're going to agree to work with you or purchase whatever it is you have to offer or become your client or your customer, right? So confidence, build your confidence. Be prepared. Go out there and, schedule some networking events to attend. Again, come check us out on June 21st. We would love to have you. Come check out Relationship Connections Referral Network. Our next meeting is June 21st. And you can come visit twice for free before making a decision if you'd like to join as a member. Also, come June 28th. Those meetings are free for all professionals. Okay? And there's so much you can learn. So many connections you can make. And you can begin building the rapport and the relationships that you need to help grow your business. Okay? So remember, confidence. Don't let the gibberish talk you out of it. Until next week, if you have any questions, please do post them below. Send me a DM. I'll be happy to answer any questions for you. And like I said, we do post links to join our meetings in the big Facebook group, Relationships Connections Facebook group. So if you're not a member of that Facebook group, I invite you to go join today. Also, before I go, I would like to invite you as well, and this is also in the big Facebook group. I have a 5-day challenge going this week around networking. Today would be day 4, but you could go back and catch up on the replays from days 1 through 3. If you go to the big Facebook group, there is a place there to sign up. I've posted it several different times to where you can actually sign up for this 5-day challenge. You do need to sign up in order to participate because I invite you to a private Facebook group where the challenge is actually taking place. I go live in there every day at noon, so every day this week so far, and I will go live in there again today at noon with day 4. We are, oh my goodness, there's so much good information that I'm sharing, okay? There's different topics for each day around networking. There's homework involved. There's prizes involved. So much involved. So if you would like to learn more and start making the most of your networking efforts and help build that confidence to where you can start attending those networking events you need to attend, by all means, go to the big Facebook group, Relationship Connections, or any of my platforms. Oh my goodness, I've been posting about this challenge forever, and you can sign up. So go ahead and sign up. I'll invite you to the private Facebook group, and you can start today. Like I said, the replays are still available in that private Facebook group from days 1 through 3. And today will be day 4. I'll go live in there 12 noon today with day 4. But like I said, there's prizes. There's all kind of information that you can learn and take away to help build your network, and make the most of your networking efforts. Okay. So until next week, have a great week and have a great weekend.